I go anywhere, anywhere with you, 'cause you fill my mind, or you fill my...
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to episode number 2 of the Wednesday shares. Do you see what's behind me? I think you can see that, right? I don't know if you can see the full coffee, oops, sorry. But isn't that cute? My father-in-law made this for me. It's got the nice edge, the framed edge, and it fits 12 cups of coffee. And this just goes on my wall. He's got holes right in here. I have not hung it up yet, but I have had coffee cups on it already because I was so excited I couldn't stand it. We're gonna put it up this weekend. I had to find a spot for it because it is big and I absolutely love it. He did such a good job on it. If you were to buy something like this on eBay or somewhere else like that, you would pay over $100 for that, for sure. This is oak wood, and these are just hooks from Menards, just standard 99-cent hooks. I asked him to put it a little bit wider in here because I have some pretty big cups that I would like to hang on there. And when I hung the cups up there, it was like perfect. So it was really nice. So that is one of the first shares I have to share with you. The next share is going to be the inside of my Ticket to Ride box. Remember last week I told you guys that I had those little containers that I showed you from Amazon for game pieces or whatever kind of thing you want to use them for. I use them for my game pieces in my board games because they are so nice to keep everything really neat and tidy and organized. So I will show you what I've done so far with my Ticket to Ride games, and as I get more games done, I'll show you those as well, just in case you guys have the same kind of game and you can tell if they fit or not, because sometimes in some of the game boxes that I did get, they don't fit in there, so I plan on ordering some smaller ones too. But I'll take you guys along for all of that and show you that, so in case you guys want to be neat and tidy with your games, you know what size containers to get. So I will show you that next here. All right, guys, this is the game I was talking about, Ticket to Ride Europe. I ordered those little containers that I showed you on the last video of the Wednesday share. Let me show you what I did with the inside of this box. You take the cover off, you have the instruction sheets and all of that good stuff. This is the game board. And then this is what the inside looks like now. I put the cards right here. And I showed the inside of this on my last video as well. And these little containers fit these trains perfectly. Perfectly. I mean, there was no fighting with it, and it opens up just like that. And they all fit in there really nicely, and they're easy enough to get out of here. You just dig your fingers in there and just pull them out, and they're all of them are that full. The little things go here, and then these are these ones here are the tunnels that you use for the game. So all of the tunnels go in this little container, and it just fits nicely right in there. Now you could, it was a little bit hard to get out of that side, so you could put the cards in that side and put this one in this side, and then that way it's a lot easier to get this out of there. But I absolutely love these little containers. I had like 4 extra, and I'm going to order some more actually online, but I have several other games that these will fit in. Some of them won't fit because the box is too small, but they also have smaller round containers that I think might work for them. And I'm going to redo all of my games because I am a fanatic with keeping my games neat and clean and just tidy, you know, I like my instructions neat and clean, and I just like everything really neat and tidy. And just in case you missed the rails and sails, I'll quick show you the inside of that one. Here is the inside of this one. The game cards are here, the tokens go in here, and then I have 2, because you have the trains and the ships, so they each get 2 of these containers. Yellow, green, red, black, and blue right here. These are the extra pieces, and you have to do trading, and you can get buildings, and the game is, there's a lot to this game. We don't play this one as much because there is a lot to know with it, and these are just extra trains that you can trade ships for trains and trains for ships, and these are the extras that you can trade with, and it's just really confusing to explain it this way, but this is the inside of this box. Absolutely love it, and I'm just really satisfied with how it turned out. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you I've been using these all week for my meal plans. Now, you guys, I already showed you these two. It's the Weight Watcher magazine and the Eat Better magazine. They have some awesome recipes in these books. Recipes that you would actually make, not like crazy recipes that you can't find the ingredients for, which is what I like. And then a few months ago, we got a notice saying that we had some airline miles expiring. And we would not be able to use them in time because we didn't have enough to go anywhere. So we got some free magazines. We got this one, Eating Well. I just took a peek at this yesterday. They had some really good recipes in this one as well. This would be one I would recommend because there are a lot of healthier recipes in here. And I just started looking at actually the Family Circle in the Health magazine. They have some really good recipes in these two as well. I have some other ones still on the way, Eating Light and a couple other ones. And I heard Eating Light was really good too. And I'm planning on making some recipes out of all of these books. I will let you guys know how we like them, and I'll take you along for that to see if these are even worth getting. And I get these every month, so I will continue to tell you if I still like them or if they got kind of boring or whatever. I'll take you along for that as well. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about was a couple movies that we watched. We watched the new movie on Netflix called Bird Box with Sandra Bullock. If you guys have not seen that movie, you have to check it out. It's so good. A ton of action. Now I know it's listed as like a horror movie. It's not really that bad horror-wise, but it's got a lot of action in it, and it's just super. It's really good movie. She did such a great job, and the kids did a fabulous job in that movie. Wow, I was amazed at how well they did. And you found yourself feeling kind of bad for those kids because she did not want any children, and then she ended up with 2 children. So it was just so cool how it all played out, how she bonded with those kids even though she wasn't really attached to them at first, and it was just so sweet. It was a sweet movie, pretty good ending, and it was a lot of action in that movie. So definitely check out that movie. It was worth the watch for sure. The one movie we did not like is Homecoming with Julia Roberts. I usually love everything she is in. I could not get into that show at all, so we didn't even finish watching it. So that movie was a dud for me. And like I said, I usually love her movies and I love Sandra Bullock movies. I still have not run into a Sandra Bullock movie that I did not love. So she is still on top of my list. Julia Roberts, there was a couple already now that I did not like her in those movies. Pretty Woman will always be my absolute favorite movie of all time with Julia Roberts in it. It has always, since that movie came out, it has been the top of my list ever since. I've watched it a gazillion and 5,000 times. I've worn out 2 CDs over it. I've worn out VCR tapes over it because VCR tapes was still in when that movie came out. I think I went through 3 VCR tapes and 2 DVDs now. So that's how many times I've watched that movie over and over. And it's usually, I'll just put it on while I'm cleaning or doing dishes because I don't really have to pay attention to it. And I just love hearing it in the background. It just makes, I don't know what it is about that movie that I love. Maybe it's how it ends. It's so romantic and so sweet. I love that. So that is one movie I would definitely recommend too if you guys have not seen that. I'm sure you have seen it. If you didn't, check out Pretty Woman too because it's really a good movie. The next movie is called Peppermint. That movie, oh my gosh, it was so good. It is a movie with Jennifer Gardner. I loved her in Alias. If you guys have never seen that show, you have to check it out. I think it's on Amazon, but I think you have to pay for the seasons. So if you ever see it on Netflix, it's called Alias, and it's Jennifer Gardner's the star of it, and it's just a series, and there's so many, I forget how many seasons there are. It's done now. But this movie, Peppermint, Jennifer Gardner plays, I think her name is Riley on this movie, and she and her husband and child were at this fair. They were just heading back to the car, and somebody shoots her husband and little girl. And they both die. She almost dies, but she comes out of it. She was in a coma for a long time. She goes on this war path to try and find their killers because these killers got off scot-free. And she is going to go and find them and do some terrible things to them. So she goes through all this training and it's an awesome movie. So check out Peppermint with Jennifer Garner. I believe we had to pay to watch that movie on Amazon, but it was worth the $4 we paid for it. I can promise you that. But check around, see if it's on Netflix, check Hulu and check Amazon. Those are the only ones that we have is Amazon, Hulu, and Amazon Prime, Hulu, and Netflix. So it's on one of those, and I believe we had to pay Amazon $4 to watch it. But check that movie out. It is a fabulous movie. You will not be disappointed with that movie. One more movie. If you guys like Marvel shows, Marvel movies, which we do, we absolutely love all of the Marvel movies, especially the new ones they've been coming out with. This movie, Venom, holy cow, it was so good. If you have not seen Venom, and I believe that one is also on Amazon, I'm not sure. But like I said, Hulu, Amazon, Netflix, it's on one of those. Venom is the one you want to watch. I think it was probably the best Marvel movie I have ever seen. It was so good and funny. Oh, they had some really funny parts in it, a lot of action, drama, a little bit of everything all mixed into one, which is what I love. So Venom was an awesome, awesome movie. Check it out. If you were a Marvel fan, you will love this one. It is just, there's some parts when we were just dying laughing. It was so good. So check that out. The ending we especially loved because it was kind of a payback. It was good. It was kind of a payback scene and we loved it. And we're like, yes, go for it. So that was a really good movie. We really loved it. Now I wanted to share a book with you. I am reading a book. It's called Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinbrough. And that's Pinbrough, I believe it is. Sarah is Sarah. And it's called Behind Her Eyes. This book is so good. It's hard to stop listening to it. I'm listening to it as an audiobook, and there's some parts in it that my son should not be hearing, so I can only listen to it at certain times. And when I go into town or something, he's usually with me, so I can't listen to it then. So I'm like, oh, I'm so anxious to start listening to it again because I think I'm on chapter 12 or something. It's getting so good. I recommend this book, Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinbrough. It is awesome. You guys will love it. So kind of creepy in a way, and it's like a action thriller, maybe even psychological thriller listed as that possibly, but it's really good. So definitely check out that book. I think that is all I have for you. It wasn't a whole lot this time, but one more thing. I got some more bags of the carbonara, and I know I mentioned this on my last one, but this is worth mentioning again. This stuff is delicious. It's 4 points for a cup and a half of this, and it is delicious. 2 ounces of this makes a cup and a half, they say. I say more like a cup. But anyway, it's enough to fill you up, especially if you add chicken and the light Alfredo sauce that I get. It's like the Ragu light Alfredo sauce is only 2 points for a quarter cup. Quarter cup is plenty for 2 ounces of this noodles. And then you put a half of chicken breast in the pasta cooker, which I definitely recommend. And that fills you up. And it's so good. It's so good. Try it out. These are really good. They taste like regular noodles and they're a lot less points. So try these out, Amazon. I will put a link down below. I'll also put a link to those plastic game pieces down below too, where you can get those off of Amazon. Both of these are reasonably priced. I think I got these for I think 8 packs of these for like $23. They are good until 2020, so we'll definitely use them up by that time. And when you buy them in more, they're a little bit cheaper. I think they're $6 something a bag otherwise. If you can get a single bag like this to try it out, and they're like $6.23 or something. I'll put both links down below for you guys. The one I got with the 6 or 8 pack, and then the single one. I'll put those both down below. That is all though, guys. I appreciate you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and please share this if you think anybody may be interested in this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. We will see you next week. Bye.
I go anywhere, anywhere with you, 'cause you fill my mind, or you fill my mind. We could be